Good morning, students. Welcome to the next lecture on our chapter number 2, that is environmental engineering, then water resource engineering, and then we are going to deal with the infrastructure engineering. Okay, so in our previous session, that is, I think, in the last week of on the Wednesday, we got the lectures, but unfortunately, because of the continuous interruption of the internet connectivity and all that, we have just completed the introductory part of our chapter number 2. I think that is as per my knowledge. We have just completed the part that is why we need to treat the water. Correct, eh? Only that part we have covered up, because in the last two lectures, we have taken your practice test for your chapter number 1, that is of 30 marks and 20 marks each. And I think today you are having your chapter test, na? Today or tomorrow, for our basic civil and mechanical engineering.
Tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow you are having the paper. Okay, so tomorrow you are having the chapter test. So let's proceed to the next part of our chapter number 2. That is what actually water treatment is all about. What are the contents of this water treatment plant? And then we are heading towards the next part of the chapter. So in our previous session, we have started with the discussion of our chapter number 2 with the syllabus. In this particular unit, once again, I will repeat, because of the last two sessions, that is theoretical sessions, because of the internet connectivity interruption, we don't get the sufficient time so to complete it. So let's take a recap of our previous session and then we will continue this. Okay, so what actually we have started with in our chapter number 2. So in our chapter number 2, we have started with the introduction to syllabus, its discussion. That is, we are going to deal with the water treatment plants, जलशुद्धीकरण केंद्र, वेस्ट वॉटर ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट, ज्याला इफ्लुएंट ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट्स असं म्हटलं जातं, म्हणजे दूषित पाण्याचं शुद्ध पाण्यामध्ये कसं कन्व्हर्जन केलं जातं. आफ्टर दॅट वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न अबाउट दी सॉलिड वेस्ट मॅनेजमेंट, देन कॅल्क्युलेशन ऑफ दी कार्बन इमिशन, then water resource structures like your dams, canals, their construction, and then we are dealing with the infrastructure engineering. Okay, that is all about the modes of the transportation, like your highways, roadways, airways, and your railways. And then last part of this chapter is nothing but ITS, that is introduction to transportation system, intelligent transportation system. Okay, so this is the chapter number 2, which is all about so in our previous session, we have started with the need of this water treatment plant. Okay, why we need to treat the water? Just to remove the bacteria which have been present in the water, to remove the colloidal matters which are present in the water, to remove the any other dissolved gases. It may be your CO2, it may be any kind of gas which is dissolved in that particular water. To remove that dissolved gases, then to remove the unpleasant or objectionable smell, we called it as odor, and the taste from the water, we are going to treat the water. Okay, so that is the main purpose of why we are going to treat the water. ठीक आहे, आपण नेमकं पाणी का शुद्ध करायचं याच्या मागचे प्रमुख कारण काय काय असली पाहिजेत. एक म्हणजे आपल्याला ते पाणी एक सुटेबल किंवा वी आर गोइंग टू मेक दॅट वॉटर ॲज अ फिट फॉर ड्रिंकिंग पर्पज, फॉर युअर ॲग्रिकल्चरल पर्पज, for your any industrial use purpose. Our second application is to remove all the bacteria, any germs, okay, pathogenic germs which have been present, colloidal matters which have been present in the water. So we have to remove all the germs, pathogens, then bacteria which are present in the water. We have to remove the dissolved gases again, which are been present in the water. So this is the main purpose why we are going to treat the water. And important, we are going to make that water as a suitable one for the drinking purpose, for your agricultural use, for your industrial use. Okay, so that is what we have started with our discussion. After that, we have started with the water treatment systems, their objectives. But one point that we have discussed is nothing but what is the domestic demand or per capita demand. Okay, how much quantity of water being utilized by a single human being in the 24 hours, if you are going to calculate it. Okay, and that digit is nothing but around 135 approximately. Okay, 135 liters of the water we are going to consume. Okay, so that is average domestic water consumption in an Indian cities, that is per person we have calculated. So for the drinking purpose, we require around 5 liters of the water. For the cooking, 5 liters. For the bathing purpose, 55 liters. Washing of the clothes, 20 liters. Washing of utensils, 10 liters. Kitchen, cleaning of the houses and residences, 10. And flushing of the latrines, 30 liters. So around 135 liters of the water we are going to consume. For each Indian is going to consume 135 liters of the water per day. Per day. See how much consumption we Indians are having. Around 136 millions of population we are having. Okay. So 135 liter of the water being consumed by each and every Indian per day. Average around 100 to 135 liters. And that is why we are more what we can say conscious about the, or we are more concerned about the use of the water. Okay, we have to save the water in each and every aspect. It may be your drinking water, it may be water which you are using for your agricultural purpose, or that you are using for your industrial purpose also. Okay, just a minute, dear students. Okay, coming back to the discussion. So this is the average consumption of the water being consumed by the every Indian. Now, why this is very important to conserve the water, to save the water. Again, I will repeat my instructions or the example which I have given in my previous session also. You take the example of the countries like South Africa, where they are going to, they are every day they are facing the scarcity of the water. There is no water available for drinking also. After every 15 days, after every 10 days, in some regions of the African countries, they are getting the water. Means in a span of 8 days, 15 days, they are going to get the drinking water. ओके, पैशांनी त्यांना पाणी ते विकत घ्यावं लागते आणि वापरायचं परत फॉर युअर डोमेस्टिक अदर पर्पजेस. दे विल गेट द वॉटर एव्हरी आफ्टर 10 डेज. आफ्रिका रिजन्स मध्ये किंवा आफ्रिकन कंट्रीज मध्ये असे काही प्रदेश आहेत आजच्या स्टेजला की जिथे प्यायचं पाणी किंवा वापरायचं पाणी हे विकत घ्यावं लागते आणि ते विकत सुद्धा त्यांना 8 आणि 10 दिवसांनी भेटते. आपल्याकडे विकत काय दररोज पाण्याचा सप्लाय आहे. ठीक आहे. सो वॉटर कंडिशन इज गोइंग टू बी व्हेरी डेंजरस. खूप डेंजरस ही कंडिशन होणार आहे आपल्याकडे भारतामध्ये आपल्यासाठी सुद्धा. सो दॅट वी हॅव टू कन्झर्व द वॉटर. ओके, as much as possible from our side. Okay, so this is one digit that I want to share with everyone. Then let's heading towards our the main and important part of the discussion, that is nothing but the water treatment systems. Just give me a minute. I will share that screen. Okay, if you see a typical diagram of the water supply scheme, so we are having some sources of the water like your surface sources and your subsurface sources. Okay, in the surface sources we are having the ponds, lakes म्हणजे छोटी तलाव, ठीक आहे, rivers or the streams, नद्या, or impounding reservoirs. ठीक है.
Hello.
हाँ, yes. Any student is having any difficulty? Anyone is having any difficulty, you can unmute and you can talk. If no, then we will continue.